If you find it challenging to spend time with yourself as a man, I want to tell you you're not alone. You're not crazy, maybe partially crazy, but I want to tell you what's happening. You're having a hard time accepting who you are. And I want to give you some tips and some answers and some stories to help you out with that. Welcome to the Black Man, Black Health Podcast. I'm your host, truest. Usually, when a man has a hard time spending time with himself, it's usually because there's guilt there. You feel that you should be grinding, you should be working, you should be doing other things because, God forbid, you spend time with the real you and you start to realize that there might be some things about you that you don't like. Or you might find things about you that you do like, but it's super hard to just sit or to just spend time with you. So guilt is usually a factor. Now, how do we move this guilt away from us? How do we get past this place where we're not just guilt tripping, but we're actually realizing that spending time with myself is actually healthy? Number one, you accept yourself for who you are. If you wanted something to grow, you wanted somebody to grow, you have to spend time with them. You have to water them. Like a plant is a great analogy where a plant cannot grow unless you water it and you give it sunlight. Same thing for humans, right? The humans need to spend time in environments where they're accepted, where they're praised, and they also need to just spend time with themselves. So if there's guilt there where if I spend 10 minutes a day by myself, I should be working or grinding, tell yourself a different story, which brings us into number 2. Tell yourself a different story. The story that we're usually telling ourselves is, if I'm not grinding, if I'm not working hard, then I'm missing it. Then I'm not a man. That's not true. That's hustle mentality. And I can tell you for one thing, hustle mentality will kill you, because hustle mentality is not for the human body. We already don't sleep enough. Most of us probably don't eat well enough to sacrifice just like a hustle mentality. Now, I know it's what we hear. We hear chasing the bag and all of these things, but you want to be careful with that. I want you to tell yourself a story as if you were trying to nurture someone back to health. You notice a pattern of a baby. They sleep, they eat, they use the bathroom, they play, they repeat. We sometimes skip all of those once we become adults. And then we realize, what's really happening that we're not feeling the best? We're not growing. We're not actually excelling. We're just on this hamster wheel of hustling and grinding. That's exactly what's happening. So the first thing I would say is accept yourself. The second thing I would say is tell yourself a different story as if you want to nurture yourself. The third thing I'm going to say is, honestly, try the self-discovery journey that I've created. Totally free. It's 5 days to learn and relearn about who you are, what you want, and what you're probably missing that you could get. Oftentimes we don't stop to realize that something's missing and it's available for me, but I just haven't gotten it. And the reason why you probably haven't gotten it is because you don't spend any time with yourself. You don't know who you are. So imagine if you don't know who you are and you're trying to get other people to know you, it's a nightmare waiting to happen. So I want you guys to take this 5-day journey, do it, let me know what you think about it. But most importantly, don't feel guilty about spending time with yourself, King. You deserve it, you need it, and the world deserves you being exactly who you are. Be great, guys. I'm out of here.